Day 599 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 2054, two best non-overlapping events. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You are given, sorry y'all, you are given a zero index 2D integer array of events where events of I is equal to start time I, end time I, and value I. The ith event starts at start time I and ends at end time I, and if you attend this event, you will receive a value of value I. You can choose at most two non-overlapping events to attend such that the sum of their values is maximized. Return this maximum sum. Note that the start time and end time is inclusive. That is, you cannot attend you cannot attend two events where one of them starts and the other ends at the same time. More specifically, if you attend an event at time t, the next event must start at or after t plus 1. All right, y'all, so that may seem a little bit confusing at first, so let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So, in example 1, we have our input events equals a 2D array of integers 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 2, 2, 4, 3. The output is 4. Explanation says choose the green event 0, 1, 0, and 1 for a sum of 2 plus 2, which equals 4. All right, y'all, so let's break this down one step further, right? We have our events right here in our input, right? Then each event has a start time, an end time, and a value, right? So this would be the start time, this would be the end time, and this would be the value. So you can see that this event starts at 1 and ends at 3 and has a value of 2, which is given to us in this picture up here, right, with event 0, right? Event 0, this is just index 0, right? So starts at 1, ends at 3, boom, has a value of 2. Then we also have event that starts at 4, starts at 5, starts at 4, ends at 5, and ends at 2, which would be this event right here. Starts at 4, ends at 5, has a value of 2. And then we also have an event right here that starts at 2 and ends at 4 and has a value of 3. Boom. Now, as you can see, this event right here that has a value of 3 overlaps. So we're not going to be able to add this 3 into our count, right? Whereas this event has a value of 2 and this event has a value of 2, and they don't overlap because this one ends at 3 and this one starts at 4, right? So they don't overlap and they both have a value of 2. So when we add those two values together, we get 4, and that's why output is 4. Because these two events don't overlap, where this event would overlap both of them. Now, just in case that didn't make sense, let's take a look at example 2. So in example 2, we have our events equals to 2D array of integers 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 2, and 1, 5, 5. This time the output is 5. Explanation says we choose event 2 for a sum of 5. So in this case, event 2, which starts at 1 and ends at 5, has a value of 5, right? And we can use that because that's just one event. Whereas if we try to say we did this event, starts at 1, ends at 3, has a value of 2, and then this starts at 4, ends at 5, has a value of 2. As you can see, these two events do not overlap, but when we add these two 2's together, we get 4, right? And remember, we want the maximum sum. So since 5 is greater than 4, we're going to go with this event right here because it's its own event, and this one event gives us 5 points by itself, so we don't even have to worry about overlapping to get these 5 points. We could just get these 5 points from one event, whereas if we did use the other two events, we would only get 4. So that's why the output is 5, because this is the maximum sum that we can get, boom, without any overlapping events. So just in case that didn't make sense, let's take a look at example 3. In example 3, our events equals a 2D array of integers 1, 5, 3, then 1, 5, 1, then 6, 6, 5. The output is 8. Explanation says we choose events 0 and 2 for a sum of 3 plus 5, which equals 8. So in this case, we have this first event that starts at 1, ends at 5, and has a value of 3. Boom, that's this event right here. We also have another event that's the same time, starts at 1, ends at 5, but only has a value of 1, which is this one right here. And then we have this event right here that starts at 6, ends at 6, and also has a value of 5. So we can use this value right here, this meeting right here, because as you can see from the picture, this doesn't overlap anything, and then we have to choose between these two. Now, since this one has a higher value than this one, we're going to choose this one because we want the maximum value. So when we do 3 plus 5, this value of 3 plus this value of 5, that's going to give us 8. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is not that difficult at all. So let's get into it. Now, excuse me, y'all. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to sort the events by start time, and this will allow us to process events in chronological order of when they began. So we can say, we come right here, we can say let events by start. We can set that equal to events dot sorted, open up the brackets, $0, square bracket 0, come outside of that, we're going to say it's less than $1, square bracket 0. Boom. Then we're going to sort events by end time, and this helps efficiency track events that end before the given start time. So we'll come underneath this, and we'll say let event by end. We are going to set that equal to, sorry y'all, we could say events, we could add an S to this, but we could set that equal to events dot sorted, open up the brackets. We're going to say $0, square bracket 1. This time we're going to say is less than $1, square bracket 1. Boom. Sorry, y'all. Boom. Then we need to track the maximum value of any event that has already ended before the current event time. So we'll come underneath this, declare a variable called best prev, set that equal to 0. Then we need to store the maximum total value achievable by attending at most 2 events. So we could declare a variable called total best, set that equal to 0 to start. Then we need a pointer that will be used to walk through events by end. So we'll declare a variable called end idx, set that equal to 0. Boom. Now it's time to iterate through the events in increasing order of start time. So we're going to say for event in events, sorry y'all, events by start. We're going to open up the bracket. Then we're going to move end IDX forward while events end strictly before the current event start time. So there's no overlap. So we're going to say while, sorry y'all, that should be a while events by end, square bracket, end IDX, come outside of that, square bracket 1, come outside of that is less than event square bracket 0, open up the brackets, and we're going to update the best value seen so far from the non-overlapping events by coming right here, and we're going to say best prev equals max, open up the parentheses, best prev, comma, events by end, square bracket, and IDX, square bracket 2. Sorry, y'all, this should be IDX. Boom. Now we need to advance to the next ending, or to the next ending event. So we're going to come right underneath this, and we're going to say end IDX plus equals 1. Boom. Now we need to combine the best previous non-overlapping event with the current event's value by coming underneath this, and we're going to say total best equals, sorry y'all, equals max, open up the parentheses, total best, comma, best prev plus event square bracket 2. Then we need to return the maximum value achievable using up to 2 events by coming right here. And we could just say return total best. Boom, y'all, just like that. So let's go ahead and give it a run. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. Okay, and we have an error. Let's see, value of type int has no subscript. So let's see where we went wrong here. Let me see, y'all. Oh, so this should be, it should go square bracket end IDX, then 2 should be in its own square bracket like this. So now let's run that again, see if that does the trick. It's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Let's see, and look at that, y'all. 34 milliseconds beats 75% of users. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, y'all. Now, with that being said, y'all, make sure you get one more look at the code. And yeah, y'all, this is the whole code right here. So I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.